Hi, I'm with Geoffrey Kabaservice, the Vice President of the Niskanen Center and an expert on American policy, conservatives. He's written a number of books. Geoffrey, I wanted to ask you specifically about the universities and the Middle East and the controversies that we're seeing right now on campus as the Trump administration moves to curb universities like Columbia and New York. What's your take on this development?
Good to be with you, Jacob. So we're talking as the Trump administration is withdrawing major funding from most of the elite universities of this country. And in some objective sense, that would seem to be a terrible thing because America's universities are typically rated the best in the world. It's one of our civilizational strengths. And yet, the universities have had very little public sympathy in the face of these Trump administration freezes and withdrawals of funding. And that's because the universities have made themselves unsympathetic to the broader public. They've become places dominated by the left wing, and the left wing has itself become very open to a kind of anti-Semitism that I think is rightly viewed as the death watch beetle of civilization. So I think people who observe the universities closely have very mixed feelings at this moment about what the Trump administration is doing to them.
How do you think that the universities should respond? Larry Summers, the former president of Harvard, is saying that Harvard should dip into its own endowment and not accede to the Trump administration's demands. Other places like Columbia have, in fact, reached an accommodation with the administration.
So as you know, I have recently interviewed Neil Rudenstein, who was the president of Harvard before Larry Summers, and he emphasized that the Harvard administration, although it is a gargantuan sum, close above $50 billion, which is more than the GNP of many countries, 80% of it is fixed. It has very set purposes. It's not just a pool of money you can use for other functions. Having said that, there are some things that the Trump administration is asking of the universities that they should have done anyway, long before there was a Trump administration, such as make the universities a safe place for free inquiry, free thought, and especially for their Jewish students on campus. So in that sense, the administration is helping the universities do what they should have done all along, but faced internal pressures not to do.
So Geoffrey, just as a final question, how do you think it will all end as the Trump administration ups the pressure?
Jacob, as you know, I'm a conservative, which means I incline toward pessimism, and so I think it'll all end in tears. But my hope is that what will happen is that there will be some kind of modus vivendi with the universities will not rebel against the Trump administration, but they will do the things that are reasonable, the administration is asking them, that will actually improve their position in public esteem and standing, and that the universities will come out of this actually better places, although possibly less prosperous ones.
Geoffrey, many thanks.